store and I found very adorable. Oh, my lipstick. I'm feeling really great lately. I've been getting out a lot. For those who don't watch my other channel updates, I did a really depressing live stream earlier that failed. So I'm gonna be doing another one, like all dressed up and not looking like I just woke up, because I literally just woke up and thought, oh, I'm going to get off of here or get on here and like, I don't even know, like talk about dumb shit. So let's begin. This is going to be, again, a worst date-ish story time. So, back whenever I was, 17, I believe, I dropped out of high school, and the reason for that was literally, I had a best friend, and her and I just went our separate ways, which made it very hard because I fell behind, and I didn't have any friends, and nobody really liked me in high school. I was always bullied for being ugly, and so on and so forth, but that's a whole another story time. So, I had a boyfriend, and his name was Scott, and Scott went to college. It was consensual, it wasn't illegal or anything. He was even like, he was 3 years older than I was. So in the time that Scott went to college, he left me with his friends. He always used to say, "You will be safe with my friends," which he was right. So as time went on, I became like very good friends with these people. And as I became better friends with these people, Scott and I didn't really work out because he was very concerned with his schoolwork, unlike myself. So, one of Scott's friends I had a crush on for a very long time. His name was Sean. Sean didn't like me very much. He was a very shy boy. So, one night, we all decided to get drunk. Well, they decided to get drunk, and I just decided to show up as usual. Sean really never paid me much attention, even whenever I would try to flirt with him, and he clearly wasn't interested, but it was me and a few other people down at one of Sean's cousin's house, and we all started drinking. Now, the funny thing about me drinking when I was younger is I used to, like, just become belligerent. Like, it wasn't a matter of respect for anybody else. It was just me being extremely belligerent. So, when I got belligerent, I also became very, turned on, if you will. I was basically any other teenage girl who wanted attention from everybody. Well, this time I wanted attention from Sean, so I remember getting very drunk and trying to act as cool as possible. And I remember as the night went on, I just kept taking shot after shot after shot. So I remember that everybody left on a beer run or something of the sort, and I was left with Sean. They left him in charge to take care of me, obviously, because I had a crush on him. Everybody knew it. He didn't care, but he was starting to become drunk himself. Well, I started to get a little bit too, like, extremely drunk, like spin drunk. And the funny part about this is I tried to lure Sean up into bed, and I was like, I need to go, like, I'm really sick right now, can you please come, like, lay me down in bed, like, I'm sick. So I remember him, taking me up to, like, one of their bedrooms. It was a little bit vague, but I do remember what happens next, and that's the worst part. drunk at this point, so I think he was trying to give it a chance a little bit, and I was like, oh, put your arm around me, put your arm around me. Like, I was doing everything possible to get this man to touch me. And he was only 2 years older than me, I believe. I was 18 at this time, I believe. Maybe not. So, long story short is, like, we were finally starting to get very comfortable together and relaxing, and it seemed like we were having a really good time, just laughing and chatting and everything. Like, the whole night changed. Until the spins hit me finally, like the real, like, where you just want to close your eyes and go to sleep. But with that didn't come sleep, because I remember I was drinking Jägermeister and Red Bull. So I was laying in bed, and I don't know what in the name of God, literally in the name of God, came over me, because I started praying, and there's nothing wrong with praying at all. Like, I pray every night and every morning, but you don't understand. Like, everything got quiet, and I think we were gonna fall asleep together. Like, we were giving, like, pecks, like, kisses on each other's cheeks and necks, and it was very sweet. Like, he was the sweetest guy ever. And then, like, I just, out of nowhere, I turned around and I was like, give me your hands. And he was like, why? And I'm just like, give me your hands, I need your hands, or whatever, slurring as loud as I, And then it happened. The worst date I ever had because of me. It was my fault. I was like, dear God, I just want to thank you tonight for my blessing of Sean. Can you just please bless us in tonight's journey? Like, I made it so dramatic. It was so bad. I don't even know what came over me. Like, I was just like, God, you need to do this for me. Please, please. And it was, oh God, I can't even go back and think about it. And Sean just started getting more and more uncomfortable, because in a time like that, you think you want to, like, get a little bit personal regarding, like, cuddling and touching and things like that, like getting to know one another's personality. And I just went completely left field. Like, I was just like, dear God, please give us the strength in our new relationship. Like, I was the creepiest piece of crap you've ever seen in that moment. That's probably one of my worst, and, like, ever since that night, because I don't remember what happened after that, but I know he left. Like, I woke up alone. I woke up without him in the house. Excuse me, I had something in my throat, but anyway, I woke up, it's still in my throat, but I woke up alone, and I have never, and I right hand up to God, you might not even see it in the thing, I have never in my life heard from him again. Like, any time that I would go down and hang out with that friend group, they would just keep their mouths shut. Like, he would never come over, he would never look at me again. It was so bad. Like, and again, there's nothing wrong with praying, but do you understand what I mean? We were all drunk, and, like, he just was laying with me, and it just, everything went left field. Like, everything went south. Like, I was just like, I just started praying for, like, our new relationship, like, so loud, like, Jesus Christ, thank you so much. I don't even know why, but it chased him the hell away. And he believes in God. Like, he's a very strong Christian. Like, he went to church. Like, we would all go to church together. But that's about it. That's my first worst date story time. And it was because of me, so. The second. Oh, and you're probably wondering why I'm breathing through my nose, like, instead of through my mouth. Like, it's because, listen, like, I still got a little bit of a cough in me, but that's okay. So I'm trying to think what next worst date story time I could possibly tell you. I have so many but, like, a lot of them are, like, drug related, and I don't want you guys to be like, because I'm actually best friends with him to this day, along with my husband is best friends with him. Kevin, shout out to you. We were actually all together yesterday, in like a waterfall area. We all went swimming together. I went live on my Facebook. If you guys ever want to just watch me fail in life, that's where you want to go. So yeah, my second worst story time has to do with drugs, unfortunately, and I almost died. I don't know why I have such bad indigestion. Like, if anybody could tell me why I'm such a medical hazard. So, a long time ago during my active drug addiction, I was very sick. Like, it was one day where we all could not afford to get drugs at the time. So, of course, my ex and I and two other of our friends were like, let's just start texting everybody in our phone to find drugs. And if you're curious what drug I was using or actively addicted to, it was Oxycontin or Roxycodone. Fortunately, I was never an IV user. I would always just snort my drugs, which doesn't make my addiction better, but it did save me a lot from catching like HIV or anything. Like, I'm very grateful to have never caught a disease from like anything because I wasn't an IV user. But anyway, so we just started texting everybody in our phone, and it was a night whenever my ex and I kinda were just still like together, like we just met and we were still in like the honeymoon phase that they call it. And we were both using together at this point, and like it seemed that every time we would get together, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but like every time we got together, everything we ever did was just an extremely crazy experience. So, I don't even know how to get into this without it being so crazy. We finally got a hold of like this random guy. Literally, when I say random, I'm talking about out of like I keep saying left field, like straight out of nowhere. Like, I heard of him maybe once or twice, and he was like, no, I don't have anything. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, yes, I do. So my ex and I and our friends are just really sick. Like, we just want to do our drugs and cuddle and be together and everything like that. So we are told to meet this guy, make sure that there's a seat in the car for him. Like, God forbid we meet him in like one of the worst parts of town. I'm not even kidding you. And you could just tell that it was just so weird. Like, it was just gonna be very bad, because whenever we pulled up, it's almost as if like it was like stage widget. You'll see what I mean. We're in the worst part of town in a car with our headlights at like, I think it was 1:30 in the morning, and he gets in the car and he's like, yo, you got the money. And like, if you've ever done drugs before, you know better to never, ever, ever front somebody money in an active addiction. Like, for example, if you're on heroin, if you're on fentanyl, things like that, you never, ever, as a junkie, give your money up without seeing the product first, not wrapped in cellophane, not exposed. Like, you always want to see the product and then do equal exchange. Well, of course, we didn't do that, and we were desperate, so we handed over every single penny that we had. Oh my god, I hate gold drugs. I hate gold drugs. I hate them. I don't hate anything in life more than I hate gold drugs. But anyway, so we give him the money, and he's like, yo, I'll be right back. So he leaves, and we're sitting there, so 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by, and then it's almost as if it was like hitting the 20-minute mark. And, of course, we hear a bunch of ruckus, like we hear a bunch of sounds, like, gotta add the sound effects, and this mother effer just like, because you know you need to make the sound effects to get everybody to look one direction, so we all look over, and like in between the houses there was a fence, doesn't hurt you very bad. I mean, it'll kill you, but it won't. So we look over, and all you see is him, like, waving the gun, like, yo, no, you get back here, mother effer, and, like, just starts shooting in the air. Like, he's not shooting directly at anything in front of him. Like, he just shoots up in the air. And that's when we knew, we're like, we all look at one another, and we're just like, we just got burned. And being burned is just the worst thing. Like, it means that your money was stolen purposefully. Like, it was a plan, it was a setup. You were lied to. And at this point, it's 1:30. I'm sore, I'm sick, and I just want to go home and cuddle with my boyfriend and do our drugs. So we look over again, and we hear like a slap, like a punch almost during that period. And excuse me, of course, like after we hear the shot, then we hear like a punch, and he comes like walking like half-ass around, like he's just like, okay, I've already done the scene, like cut scene. So he gets in the car and we all move over. He gets the big seat, of course, and we look, and his nose is bleeding. Like, it's just like a little bit of blood, like it's nothing dramatic. And he's like, his excuse was that he went, because you can tell if you're getting burned too, if you pull off to the side, if they make you pull down the road and you can't see the house that they're walking in, or if they walk behind the house. So he walks behind the house, of course, and like he came out from like the same way that he came in after doing that whole scene. And we're all furious, like we're all about to cry, and he gets in. We don't even care if somebody's like bleeding on the road, which it wasn't, like you could tell. And he gets in and he's like, yo, I went up to these people's houses and they immediately took the money out of my hand, but like he put the money in his pocket, and he's like, I won't get the money, or I won't give the money until I see the drugs. So yeah, basically, long story short, he made up this huge excuse, and then somebody grabbed the money out of his hand, ran out of the house, and then just kept going, and then he like apparently shot him in the leg. And so we're like, oh my god, we need to help him, and we're playing into it at this point. We're like, we need to help him, please, like screw the money, let's get him to the hospital. So without listening to the guy, because the guy was like, don't go around the block, like he's laying there on the street, we go around the block on our way out, and of course, where is he? He's not there. It was all a big lie, like, and it was like one of those nights where my ex and I at the time just wanted to be together and relax and watch movies and be with one another. So I don't know if that counts, but what happened, like that night, it turned out to be like 2:45 a.m. and one of our friends finally called back, like our main supplier, and was like, yo, I'm good now. And they had money, like they didn't give up all their money like we did, but they ended up splitting like one bill with us, which we were so grateful for. But I don't know, you guys are probably like, what in God's name, this is not like a dating story time, but I thought you guys would find it humorous, because lately on my other channel, like I've been very, not negative per se, but my like health issues were so bad for a minute, and like it got to me real bad mentally, and I just wasn't myself, and I'm so excited to finally be back with you guys. But maybe I'll do one more story time, but tomorrow's video is going to be so freaking brilliant. Like the next 2 days, I'm gonna really enjoy filming, because I got contacted by a company on Amazon who sells these huge, like giant Zen gardens, and I was like, I have never one time, I don't think, not one time on my ASMR channel have I done a Zen garden video. Why? I don't even know. I put this lipstick on all wrong today. But never once in my YouTube career have I ever done a Zen garden video. Like, that's the perfect ASMR video, isn't it? I think I just broke something. But anyway, I actually told the most recent, so I'm going to be doing that Zen garden thing tomorrow, but I actually told that drug story on my Snapchat one day, and you guys, like, I swear it got like 8,000 views, and I'm just like, how are you guys all seeing this if I only get like 4,000 views on a video? Like, okay, so let me think. One more weird story time. Like, I'm the weirdest human. Like, I'm the weirdest human being in my life. Okay, I got one story time for you. But I don't know if you guys will find it, like, weird or not. Maybe I can tell, like, a losing my virginity kind of thing. Like, make this, like, a mixed thing. Okay, I'll tell you guys how I lost my virginity, but don't laugh because it's messed up. So all the names that I've mentioned in this video always give me permission and actually encourage me to say their names in the video because they like watching the stories, but I know the person I'm going to say their name does not mind. His name is Adam. And Adam and he was my very first boyfriend who loved me. He was the best guy in the world. Like, we're still friends to this day. My husband knows him. Like, we're all friends. Figures, like, just a big gangbang. No, I'm kidding. But, so, I think it was about 3 weeks after Adam and I were dating when I was 14 years old, and we finally decided, hey, let's, do the thing. So I remember earlier that day, like, because we didn't have texting back then, we had AIM, and I used to sit on the computer and wait to hear that when the door would open on AIM. You guys have no idea. Excuse me, because I know a lot of the older people don't watch my videos. Excuse me, I have more of a younger crowd, even though I'm over here talking about, like, sex and drugs and, like, killing people and, like, guns. But anyway, like, I'll never be considered an influencer. I'll always just be garbage and trash, which is the same thing too. See, shows that I dropped out of high school. Okay, so I remember him getting on AIM because I waited, and he was just like, I was like, do you got them? Because we spoke earlier on the phone, and he's like, yeah, and that means condoms. So my mom would drive me out to his house all the time because I was only 14. I couldn't get my license, even though I never got my license till I was 25, and he lived about 35 minutes away from me. So she would always drop me off, and I would always spend the night, like, at 14 years old. And she was always, like, concerned I was having sex, but at that time I had only done a few things, like, little things, like. So I remember the whole night we were both, like, so, like, eager, but so scared and awkward, and it was so cute. So finally, it was nighttime, it was time for us to go to bed, and I remember we went into his room, and he had, like, a futon bunk bed, and that's where the bottom's like a futon where you can pull it up as a couch, and then the top is like a bed. So he pulls down the futon, and he puts in the movie, what's that game? It's like Game Over or something, no. Oh, what's it called? It's a movie about this, like, African-American man who, I think it was Morgan Freeman, or somebody, and they like, meet some guys in the woods, and then he becomes the game, where they hunt him, like, they're hunting him throughout the whole movie, or some shit, like, you guys gotta see it, it's crazy. So anyway, and we were watching that, and we decided, like, oh, it's time. Like, we started kissing each other a little bit, so he pulls down the futon, and he's like, why don't you go to the bathroom, or go out there for a little bit, I'll be right back, or I'll come get you. And I was like, why? So I go out and I sit in his kitchen, and I remember I was really good friends with his mother, and she would always sit on the couch and fall asleep that way I started like bleeding and all this shit. Like, this video is not gonna get monetized at all. But anyway, so then, like, when he finally, like, did it, if that makes sense, like, when we finally all finished up, or he finished up, of course, the song that was playing was the Insane Clown Posse song, like the carnival song, like, I don't know what it was called. It was like, "In contestant number 1, you're a fine fellow," or whatever. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, if I knew the words, it's like, first I have to think about it. I might show up in a tux, yeah, but I doubt it. All that cringe-worthy shit. So, that is the time I lost my virginity to Insane Clown Posse, watching Game Over, or Game End, or Endgame. I think it was called Endgame. Was it called Endgame? You guys gotta tell me. I probably should have planned this video a little bit ahead of time, because I think these stories just suck so bad, but I think that it's been just such a long time where I sat down with you guys, and I'm using the Yeti mic today because I'm finally getting some time to use it, like, whenever it's not so loud outside, like, as a cold truck passes by. I mean, you guys might be able to hear, like, a lot of sound, but compared to the times that I usually film, it's crazy. So, anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed those 3 stories, but tomorrow's video is going to be, I'm, like, so excited to film a fucking Zen garden video, like, just scratch around, and I got to choose which one I wanted, and I got the one that's, like, that has the less sand in it. Like, it's like this big black box, and there's just like a little teeny, like, bean looking area with a giant, like, Buddha girl lady something goddess thing, and I was like, yes, like, if you guys want to sponsor me, because I'm finally feeling good again. Like I said, like, my health problems, my brain fog episode is gone, and I've been going outside a lot. And this tea, I haven't had a glass of tea in like weeks, because as you guys know, I stopped drinking everything but water and coffee. I only have 1 coffee in the morning, and I only drink like this much of it. So I decided the past 2 days I've been outside climbing, jumping, swimming, like, because every weekend my kids go to their grandmother's, and that's our weekend off. So yeah, I decided to treat myself to some tea. Shut the fuck up, dog. Okay, good, he shut up. I'm gonna go apologize, because that was rude, but anyway. Excuse me. And then, again, you guys, from the 26th until the 29th, there will be a pre-filmed video every single day, and, I'm going to Washington, D.C. for a few days for my husband, because I'm gonna treat him to, like, a little sightseeing and stuff, because we never go on vacation, and I wanted to go to the beach, but we want to take the kids with us, so blah 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 blah, you fucking get it. So I'm sorry about my language. And any other videos coming up are something really cool I'm doing on Instagram regarding pictures that were drawn of me. I asked if anybody wanted to draw a photo of me, like, in the way that they see me. Like, it could be just like a picture of a penis, a picture of like a legume, something like that. So, or me, but that's okay too. So I love you guys so very, very much, and if you want to check out that project, I'm going to be cutting it off before I leave for DC. Just go ahead and let me know, but I love you guys, and you have all of me, all of my person, and I will see you in tomorrow's Zen Garden